And new at 5:30, if you think you have a brilliant idea worth millions of dollars, good news. It's now easier to raise money in Indiana through what's called crowdfunding.
You've probably heard of websites like Kickstarter or GoFundMe. Well, small businesses and individuals use these crowdfunding sites to raise money to start their own companies. But a new Indiana law now lets you use the internet to ask more people for money. WSBT's Annie Chang has been researching this new law. Annie, basically, it takes fundraising to a whole new level here.
That's right, Cindy. Before Indiana had limits on crowdfunding, anyone who wanted to invest in your company had to be accredited, had to make $200,000 a year, very limiting for small businesses trying to get their feet off the ground. Well, now Indiana is letting anyone in the state invest up to $5,000 in a private company. Some businesses say this opens up a lot of opportunities, but others are skeptical. Drury's Brewing Company is the first business in South Bend to try out the state's new crowdfunding expansion. Plans for a new building, complete with a tasting room and museum, are in the works right now. Now, all they need are investors.
We want to give people a part of the company. We want people to come on as part owners, even for a small amount of money.
For the past few years, thousands of businesses like the Purple Porch Co-op grocery store in downtown South Bend depended on donation sites like Kickstarter to raise money.
Our goal was $15,000 and we raised just over $16,000.
Purple Porch also has an investor-type business model in place already. Anyone can pay a fee to become a co-op member. Then they own a share of the business and even earn interest on their investment.
You can be someone like me who recently graduated from college and, maybe has a few extra $100 or $1,000 that they want to help invest in the community and see a project like this or any number of projects move forward.
Right now, they're up to nearly 500 member owners. This new law embraces that co-op idea, letting practically anyone invest in a small business for a relatively small chunk of change.
I think it's a huge step forward because in many ways I think it democratizes the way that we think about investing. You no longer have to be an accredited investor with at least $1 million or making $200,000 a year.
But a lot still needs to be worked out. There are still federal laws against open crowdfunding. So Drew Elegante, whose store Brew Works used both investor money and online crowdfunding to raise money for renovations, is still a skeptic.
If you're raising $2 million, you need a minimum of 200 investors, and that means you have 200 people that you're trying to keep happy, which is quite difficult, I think.
An Indiana Secretary of State says even though the law is in effect right now, none of these crowdfunding investments can move forward until the federal government gives the okay. The state also warns that investing is risky, saying about half of all small businesses fail within their first 5 years. At the live desk, I'm Annie Chang, WSBT Channel 22 News.